Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my 3 talking points from Crystal Palace 0, Everton 0 in the FA Cup. We have to do it all over again at Goodison Park. I thought Everton did all right tonight. I thought we were shocking at Wolves at the weekend. Low on energy, really poor performance. But I thought tonight we bounced back with a well-organised performance. I thought our attack and play, Danjuma was the big plus tonight. Certainly in the first, that he did drop off massively in the second half. I'm saying a big plus because I'd kind of given up hope that he really was going to have any kind of impact. And I thought I thought he did. He had 2 strikes in the first half. He had 1 in the second half. He was lively. Is it enough to think that's it? Now he's going to be amazing? I don't know. There's a lot of noise about whether he'll leave in January, go back to Villarreal and go somewhere else. I don't know. But I thought he did all right tonight. But I thought we would just look more on it tonight. Seamus was back and he was excellent. And I thought, obviously Onana and James Garner looked quite good in the middle. Or certainly better than we've shown the last couple of games. And yeah, I just thought it was a better performance tonight. But like I say, we have to do it all over again. First thing I'm going to talk about is the big change that the manager made in goal tonight, and that was to leave Jordan Pickford out and give Java Jr. a go. I gave him man of the match on my match reaction, just shading maybe Seamus Coleman from that. Like I said before, I think it's the first time he's played for Everton since that FA Cup quarter-final defeat by Manchester City under Carlo Ancelotti, when he actually had a good game in that as well. He was only beaten late on. I think Gundogan might have scored to give them the lead. I think it ended 2-0, and they scored in the last 10 minutes, 2 in the last 10 minutes. And I thought tonight he came in and displayed a calmness about him. His kicking was generally very good, and he was called on to make 2 good saves in the second half, which he did do, both from Eze. One near the end, like in injury time, which might have hit the post, but he didn't know that and pushed it wide, and one a few minutes earlier that he was at him and he should save it, but he was alert to it, and I thought he was calm and assured. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Java Jr. He's been here for a while. He come here under Marco Silva. He's been out on loan to Sporting Lisbon. He was out on loan in Holland last season and started the season quite well, and then ended up on the bench and didn't get his place back. But he's been at Everton for a bit now, and I think 24 years of age, so the club have got to make a decision on him. But I thought, for a backup keeper who's not really played a lot of football, I just thought he'd come in and did really well. And he displayed a calmness, I think, which ran through the back 4. I think they seemed quite comfortable with him. He was there claiming things. Like I said before, his kicking was quite good. He had one moment, I thought, in the first half, Seamus Coleman done brilliantly. And at first, I thought he should have come out and claimed it when Mateta was running through. But when I watched it again, I think Seamus just defended it brilliantly. I don't know if Virginia would have come sliding out to claim it, whether him and Coleman would have got in a bit of a muddle over it. But I just thought he did really well tonight. So fair play to him. It's difficult to come in and replace the England goalkeeper and play in a difficult game, because Crystal Palace away is a tough place to play. They make a lot of noise there, and I thought he did really well. Second thing I'm going to talk about is VAR. Now, I just had a rant on my match reaction about it, and I'm going to have another one here, because I've said many times I was a big supporter of VAR. I thought it would come in, and I thought it would keep the officials honest and the decisions honest. And what I mean by that is they'd make sure we got to the right decision in games. And I know that there was a lot of people who were sceptical about it, and a lot of people who were saying, I don't want it to come in, it'll help the bigger teams and all that. And you know what? Sadly, they've been proven right, because that is what it seems to be doing now. Now, I'm not applying that tonight. I'm not saying, Crystal Palace, a big club and all that. I'm not saying it's being used in that way. Tonight wasn't really anything to do with Crystal Palace. It was the poor implementation, once again, of VAR. We have an incident where Chris Kavanagh is looking straight at Dominic Calvert-Lewin, sliding in to scoop the ball away from Nathaniel Klein. He wins the ball. Does he catch Klein slightly? Yes, he does, but football is a contact sport. We haven't got to the stage yet where you can't touch anybody But we're getting close to it. Oh, we're getting close to it. And the referees are trying to do that. And I know the Premier League are trying to do that. Or certainly you can't touch some players. Others they don't seem to care about. But certainly that's where we're moving towards. And tonight's red card for Dominic Calvert-Lewin was one of the worst I think you'll ever see. Calvert-Lewin slides in and scoops the ball back. He's putting his foot up to try and drag the ball towards him. You see it happening quite a lot. Of course his foot's going to be up. Does he go through with a straight, forceful leg into Nathaniel Clyne? No. Does he intentionally try to do Nathaniel Clyne? No. Does he catch Clyne full on the shin, almost like a leg-breaking tackle? No. Does he clip Clyne on the way through to the ball? Maybe he brushes against him, but the referee sees it in real time and can see it isn't a foul. Because whatever tackles you put in, there will always be contact. Very rare when players are going in for a ball, does a footballer win the ball 100% all ball and doesn't make any contact with the player. It just doesn't happen. It's never happened, and it doesn't happen now. Really, it just doesn't. So any time a player does an action like that, you will always clip a player. It's just the way it is, but not every time you go in for that is it a foul. Not every time you go in like that is it a red card, and it isn't a red card. You slow it down, it looks worse than what it is. But when you watch it from different angles, you can see Calvert-Lewin's looking at the ball and the foot is going to scoop the ball back. And the referee can see it in real time. He can see the honesty in the challenge. He would know looking at that whether Calvert-Lewin has made a dangerous action. He didn't give a free kick. It wasn't like he gave a free kick and a yellow and then they said in his ear, go and look at that because it's weird. He didn't give anything. We played on and Everton got a corner, I think, from it. And then VAR intervened. The fella, Salisbury, I think someone said his name was, intervenes. Panic, go and look at it, go and look at it. It's embarrassing. Chris Kavanagh should have said, there's nothing in it. Go and look at it. Go over to the screen and go, yeah, still not a red. It's a normal tackle. Play it to me normally. Yeah, it's a tackle. Has he clipped him a little bit? Yeah, it's not a red card. I'm happy with my decision. But they don't have the bollocks to stick to the decision. And the problem you've got now is referees aren't making the decisions anymore. It's being refereed from Stockley Park. And that simply cannot happen. You can't have a fella who goes into a building in Stockley Park, puts a referee's outfit on, which is so they feel like the referee in a game. I mean, there's massive questions needing asking there straight off. Some of them need, I think, yeah, make of that what you will. They put a referee in outfit on to go into a booth. So anyway, there you go. I don't know. Role play of another level there. They cannot have the understanding of a game. They're not in the heat of the game. They're not in the moments of the game. They're not seeing a game in real time. They're slowing everything down. So when you slow it down, Sean Dyche just done an interview after the game, said, well, it's a penalty. That's a red. Then Beto's is a penalty. Once you slow it down, it's a penalty. And when you see Beto slowed down, it's a penalty. You can't put your arms around the footballer and pull them. You can't do that. But that was looked at in 1 second. Oh no, that's not a pen. Within 1 second. Chris Kavanagh got shown the incident with Calvert-Lewin about 30 times before they come to a decision that he was clearly being told in his ear, you've got to give a red for that, which wasn't a red card. They have absolutely destroyed VAR. We've been hammered with VAR lately. We're hammered with it. City, Spurs, goal disallowed at Tottenham, even though the referee's a yard away and doesn't think it's a foul. The linesman doesn't think it's a foul. Slow it down. Oh, he might have gone a little bit close to him. Well, when you slow it down, there is contact with Gomez. In real time, it's a normal tackle. You can't slow incidents down and expect to get a true picture. If someone jumps through the air with 2 feet, slow it down by all means then. But you're already seeing it anyway. It's a joke, and they've destroyed what should have been a really good tool for referees to help them to make sure that we get to the correct decision, the right outcome. They have absolutely obliterated it and made it a laughingstock. So something needs doing. It's an absolute joke. Final thing, I'll just be quick with it. It's January, the window's open. Everton simply have to do something this transfer window. They have to. Not doing anything isn't an option. We without Ashley Young tonight. We without Abdoulaye Doucouré tonight. We without Idrissa Gana Gueye tonight. Dwight McNeil was stretched off. Sean Dyche said he's not too bad. I don't know what that means. You know, he could be fine. It could be precautionary. He might have just sprained it and it's swollen and they're worried. But then when it settles down, he's actually okay. It might be one that he's out for months. And that will be a hammer blow to Everton if McNeil's out for months. Simply because he creates things. He's a hard worker. He gives a bit of balance to that side. We're looking at, you know, we've needed players to come in. We're now losing Dominic Calvert-Lewin for 3 games unless Everton appeal is, and Everton should appeal 100% tomorrow. If that appeal isn't successful, so against Villa, we know we haven't got Idrissa Gana Gueye. We haven't got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We may well not have Dwight McNeil. And they're 3. We might well not have Ashley Young. And they're 4 players that have started a lot of games for Everton this season. And we're without 4 of them against a team that is absolutely flying. This squad isn't big enough right now. And therefore the football club have to go and do something. 2 loans have to come in this month or go and buy someone. But the money thing will be tight. We'd have to probably sell to do anything permanently. But the club doing nothing isn't an option this month. We've got to give Sean Dyche the tools that he needs to keep us away from trouble. We're in a relegation battle right now. We're a point ahead of Luton, who've got a game in hand. Now, do I think we'll get more points than Luton over the second half of the season? Absolutely, I do. But we might not. We may well get loads more, and we might get some back on it. Well, we should definitely be getting points back on an appeal as well, and that'd help us even further. But the football club have got to help the manager by bringing in, I think, 2 players this month. And they're going to have to do it quickly. And they've got to be players that are going to help the squad. They've got to be. There's players out there, there's options out there. Everton have to go and do it. Otherwise, it's going to be another struggle to get through the rest of the season. Just simply because we're losing players. We need the option to freshen things up. We need the option to have cover. We just simply haven't got a big enough squad. And we've got to do something. Right, that's it from me. I've waffled on long enough. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. See you later.